FOSSiBOT. So that's what I'm calling it, the FOSSiBOT. I'm not sure if that's the correct pronunciation, but I like that name. So let's take a look and see what we get in the box. Well, nothing special to be honest. You get the usual selection of items which you get with mobile phones these days. As you can see, this is the FOSSiBOT F101 Pro. Got a user manual there, got a SIM tool, got a fast charging brick, which has a bit of weight to it, not too bad, and a USB-A to USB-C cable for charging the phone and putting data on and off it. And here's the actual phone itself, and as you can see straight away, it is a little bit different than your average phone. It's got a screen on the back. More about that later. Now, one thing I should point out is this phone does have a bit of weight to it. In fact, I'm going to put the specs of the phone up there so you can take a look at those while I just go around the phone itself. Now, this back panel here, that is glass. It's actually covered with a plastic protective sheet at the moment. Got a glass back screen, which is also touchscreen, 3 cameras, LED flash. The camera bump here is all metal. This bit here with the FOSSiBOT logo is metal. These bits here are that typical rugged phone rubberized plastic. But these side panels here, they are metal. The buttons are metal. The little clips are plastic. And we've got metal here as well as a rubber bumper at the top and bottom. Now, a cool thing about this phone is that it does have a lot of features. As you can see there on the screen, NFC. Yes, this does have NFC in it. Quite nice. But what we want to do first is take a look at the special feature of this phone, the back screen. So let's get a bit closer. Now, the screen on the back of the phone does come on when you get notifications if you set it up to do that. However, you can also make it come on by picking up the phone and looking at the back of it. Yes, it will come on that way as well. Now, the cool thing about this, it's not just a display, it is actually an interactive panel. So you can use it to play your music, record, use it as a timer. Don't know why you just don't use the front screen, but there you go. You can also use it as a camera viewfinder. Now, sometimes, I don't know why, you may want to use the camera on the back to take a picture of yourself, because let's face it, usually the back cameras on a phone are better than the cameras on the front of the device. So this way you could take selfies using the back camera. Isn't that great? Of course, if you want, you can also switch it around and take pictures with the front camera using the back screen as a viewfinder. That's pretty cool. Not only that, but you can also use it as an image viewer. Here you go. That's the picture I just took. What if I got any others stored on here? Here you go. There's some more pictures I took with this. Whoa. Whoa, who's that handsome guy? So it is kind of interesting using the back screen as a viewfinder for taking pictures. Alright. So besides the camera, you also got a compass, and it is fully functional. If you see when I tilt the phone, the compass will react. Now this room is full of magnetic items, so it might be a little bit off, but apparently north is that way. And we have the clock as well. Now the clock itself is pretty cool. It has many different faces, so if we double tap it, we can change the faces. This one I do quite like. Just hold your finger on there. That's a nice expensive look to it. Quite nice there. And they have a nice retro one down here, which is pretty cool. Let's see, where is it? Here we go. This one gives me the image of some old school LED game. Or LCD game, I should say. Pretty nice. But the main focus of having the screen on the back is, as I said, for notifications. Now you may be wondering, why not just use the front screen for notifications? Well, front screen uses more battery power when that comes on. Whereas this little screen on the back is not that power hungry. So, you get your little notification coming up here. Going to save some power. And talking about power, This thing has a lot of battery power. It's going to last you a week. Well, maybe at least 3 days on, pretty heavy usage, or a week on standard usage. That's what I got out of it anyway. So let's take a look at the actual front screen on this device. Now the phone itself does have its own built-in screen protector. Don't know if you can see it, but the outline of it is just there. Now let's get the screen on, and you'll see that this does have a pretty chunky chin and a forehead on it, but that's normal with these chunky devices. Fingerprint sensor on the side on a metal button. I registered my thumb, so let's put my thumb on there. And as you can see, that opened up pretty quickly. And as you can also see, the refresh rate is not bad. Talking of which, let's take a look in the menus. Now first of all, you can see we have a section to actually customize the back screen. So you can select all your face plates here and whatever, and you can add more face plates to it by making customized options, which is a nice little touch. See, there we go. We'll just put that as the background. For the face, let's put I don't know. Let's do this digital one here, and let's see. Put some markers around the side. Not that we need them on a digital clock. Oh, we can't put markers on the side. Never mind. Now, if we save that, we should have our new custom screen. And if I select it, and let's take a look at the back screen now. And as you can see, we've got our own custom image there. Although on this camera that I'm showing you here, it does look like it's white in the middle, but believe me, it's not. Hang on, let me just turn the ISO down, see if that makes a difference. There you go, you can see it now. Yeah. Other things you can do is select the timeout, so how long the screen stays on for, the brightness and various other options, and so on. Assign different apps as well. Also, you can change the quality of the photos, which you can take using the back screen as a viewfinder. Pretty nice. Talking about screens, taking a look at the front screen options, you can see it has a nice brightness control, and that goes plenty bright. Yes, it certainly does. But we've got the adaptive brightness switched on here, so we'll bring that back down to the adaptive brightness, and hopefully that'll knock itself back down later. Usual options of dark themes and so on, and even night light. As you can see, we just changed the colors. Much better on the eyes when it comes to night. Unfortunately, we don't have a super fast refresh screen, just a standard 60 Hz screen, but that's good enough. Even on my Pixel 7 Pro, I just use the 60 Hz screen option. Why waste the battery? Another nice option is on this side of the phone, we have a custom key. And as you know, custom keys can be used to open up various apps with just the press of a button. So for example, let's just put the sound recorder on the custom key. Alright, and let's go back out. So when I press the custom key here, the sound recorder will come on. There you go. So very handy. I mean, you can set that up to launch the camera or Google, your music player, a game, whatever you want. It's perfectly fine. Now talking about the camera, it is fairly basic. You don't get loads of bells and whistles, but you do get a few options. You got your standard beauty mode and so on. When it comes to videos, as you can see, we've got 1080p there. We go 720p, 480p, and CIF. When it comes to pictures, we've got AI mode, which will do a good job of keeping all the colors nice and clean. We've got the usual grids and so on you can put on the screen, timer, and if you go into the options, a variety of different options there which you can choose from, including a pretty cool 20-shot continuous mode, which goes something like this. Yeah, nice. Got a few more modes as well. We've got Pro mode, we can do everything manually. A bokeh effect mode, which kind of works. So tell you what, we'll bring the DeLorean a bit closer here. So I'll put the DeLorean here. Oops, I've just lost the surfboard off the top. And then we'll make the background really out of focus. Yeah, as you can see, it kind of works, but it's certainly no Google Pixel, that's for sure. Hang on. Yeah. As you can see, the background's come back into focus. Pro mode just lets you choose all the options yourself, the ISO, the EV, the white balance and all that, so typical stuff. And a macro mode, which does work pretty well, believe it or not. So again, we'll get the DeLorean up here and see if we can get it close enough. As you can see, we've got a bit of detail there on the bonnet. You can see a little specks of dust on there, not bad at all. But enough about me just messing about with the camera. Let's take a look and see what the camera can actually do in real life situations, including some video. Hello, and here we are taking a look at the FOSSiBOT F101 Pro. This is the front video camera, 1080p. And here we go, checking out the back camera. And as you can see, not too bad. This is 1080p again, 30 frames per second. Seems to be doing a pretty decent effort. Sky's not blowing out, you can see it's nice and blue. Not bad at all. And here we are back with the front facing camera. I like to film in here because it's got a nice contrast of dark and bright light in the background. And I can see that the camera does seem to be struggling a little bit. The colours there. As you can see, my skin tone keeps changing from bright red to kind of pink. Okay, so let's turn around. Yeah, not too bad. Okay, so what we're going to do now is check out some more photographs taken from the back camera and the front camera, as well as a bit more video as well. So yeah, as you can see, the camera's not the greatest in the world, but I've seen a lot worse. They're serviceable, let's put it that way. But how about for games? Well, as you can see here, we got some Asphalt 9 running, and it's running that at a pretty nice pace. Right, let's see if we can get into the actual game. Now this game is a little bit weird because you don't actually steer the car yourself. It's automatic, which is kind of dumb actually if you ask me, but we don't care about the gameplay, we're just seeing how it runs on this phone. Does it run smoothly or not? And I can say it is running smoothly. So yeah, look at that. Now of course Android games are going to run pretty smooth, but how about emulation? Does emulation work well on this? Well, we're about to find out, but first I'm going to do a jump. Let's do a jump. Oh, I don't want to go on the blue icon. Jump, 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 jump. Here we go. Look at that. So we'll start off the gaming with Capcom's Street Fighter EX2 on PlayStation. So as to be expected, it plays the usual selection of emulators. Will we ever get a cheaper device that runs the Dolphin emulator? Who knows? But at least it's played Sega Saturn games better than some devices do, although there was a few graphical glitches in there. Dreamcast works perfectly fine, even though I didn't show it. I don't know what happened to the footage of that, actually. Something went wrong with the SD card, but it does work, believe me. Okay, so besides games, what other things do we get on this device as standard? Well, let's take a look. We have the usual FM radio, which I presume, yeah, you got to plug in a pair of headphones to make it work. But hang on a minute. Does this device actually have a headphone socket? Let's take a look. There's your SD card goes in there. And that's your Type-C port. No headphone socket, so unless it's hiding down here on the Type-C port. No, it's not. So yeah, it's another one of these phones where it gives you a radio, but you can't use it because there's nowhere to plug in headphones. Great. Now one thing we haven't tried yet is YouTube. So how well does it play videos? Well, we're about to find out. So let's go into my own channel and we'll pick the last Battle of the Ports, which was this bloody awful Double Dragon game. Let's play that, and we'll put this at 1080p, 60 frames per second. And let's see if it handles that just fine. And as you can see, by the way, that screen kind of whizzed on there. It was perfectly smooth, so yeah, 60 frames per second, 1080p, no problems there. Hang on, let's see on the next screen transition how it handles that. Yeah, very smooth. So yeah, that's working, no problem. Yeah, 6 frames per second. But what about 4K content? Can this phone play 4K content? Well, let's take a look. Now currently we are probably on 1080p 60, no, on 30. Okay, let's oh, we can do 4K. Okay, 4K 60 has just been selected. It is running 4K 60, you can see it there. 4K 60. Okay, it's going to buffer a little bit, I think, but after it's started it's buffered a bit, it should play the video just fine. Oh, okay, it seems to be working now, nice and smooth. Maybe the phone was having a bit of a fit, but as you can see, it's running at 1440p 60, and that is beautiful and smooth, no problems whatsoever. So yeah, we must have had a bit of a weird issue there, getting the information from the Wi-Fi. Well, since it seems to be okay now, let's knock it up to 4K and see if it will handle it. Okay, I think it's kicked into 4K. Yeah, there is 4K. You can see it there on the screen. Okay, you can see it's starting to get a little bit jerky there with 4K. But we still got 2K without any issues. Now let's just get rid of that. And while we're here, let's do the speed test. Alright, so as you can see, it says I'm connected to NTT Communications. That's the F101 Pro. Not sure why it's got Rakuten Mobile there. I certainly don't use Rakuten. And we're going to put it in megabytes per second. How about that? Okay, and let's go. How many megabytes per second are we going to get? Okay, download speeds. Ooh. Whoa. We're peaking at 5 megabytes per second. That's not megabits, megabytes. Yeah, that's a nice bit of speed, that is. Okay, and how about uploads? Not bad. We're getting almost 6 megabytes per second there. Alright, not too shabby. Not bad at all. Now, I do get best speeds when I connect it to my main PC, but for the mobile phone, which is a pretty budget device, not bad. It's getting pretty good speeds there. Now remember, that's megabytes, not megabits. Alright, so there you have it. That is the FOSSiBOT, as I'm calling it, F101 Pro. Reasonable, rugged, roughy-tufty device with that pretty awesome screen on the back. I do like that screen. That's pretty cool. Especially, I tell you what, and this is true, when I was using this, for testing things out, I found this very handy for taking selfies. It just works so well. Let's take a selfie. And I'll put that on the screen right now. Not bad, eh? Okay, until next time, guys, take it easy, and I'll see you in the next video. See ya.